It's possible that you have a gun that has served you well for a good number of years, and because of how great it is, you would naturally think that it will always be available for sale. I mean, why would a gun that's doing so good on the market be taken off it? Maybe someone you know gets constantly mobbed and you try to get them this gun that has served you well, and you've probably also hyped it to them, but you discover that you can't find it on sale anymore. You're left shocked because you just couldn't understand why a gun like that would be taken off the market. Well, there are many unknown reasons why guns are discontinued, but we can say that just because a gun is valued by shooters doesn't guarantee that it stays on the market. Market shifts, technological advancements, low sales, and changes in manufacturing priorities are some of the known factors that affect a gun's availability on the firearm market. Today, I'd like to show you 5 guns you didn't know were discontinued. You might be shocked to see your favorite on the list. For a pistol that gathered so much fanfare during the early days of its introduction in 2013, no one could even conceive the idea of the pistol being discontinued at the time. But that day came at last, and much to the dismay of the fans. It's important to mention that when the Colt Mustang was introduced in 2013, it came with several notable updates over its predecessor, the Mustang Pocket Light. These upgrades included front and back strap checkering, molded grips, and an ambidextrous safety, among others. But despite these enhancements, the XSP later struggled to gain traction in the market. One of the main reasons for its discontinuation was the introduction of newer, more advanced polymer-framed pistols in the same category. These competing firearms offered better ergonomics, higher capacity, and more advanced features, leaving the XSP in the dust. Additionally, some reviewers found the XSP's trigger to be heavy and the grip a bit too small for comfortable shooting. With these drawbacks, it's no wonder the Colt eventually decided to pull the plug on the Mustang XSP. It's a decent gun, no doubt, but the market now has better offerings. Not just the Ruger SR9, but the entire Ruger SR series was discontinued in 2017. While the reason for this isn't still clear, many market analysts claim that Ruger wanted to focus on the higher-end Ruger American series and the more budget-friendly Ruger Security 9 introduced the same year. The Ruger SR9 quickly gained attention since its introduction for its ergonomic design, reliable performance, and affordable price. However, as time went on, newer and more advanced models entered the market, offering better features and improved performance. Eventually, it was taken off the market 12 years later as it was introduced in 2007. There's not so much to fault about the Ruger SR9, but the major reason it was discontinued was its poor trigger system. Many users reported issues with the trigger smoothness and consistency, which led to concerns about safety and accuracy. While Ruger did address these issues with an updated model, the SR9C, it wasn't enough to keep the original SR9 afloat. Also, the introduction of striker-fired pistols by competitors such as Glock and Smith & Wesson gave gun owners more options, further diminishing the appeal of the SR9. With its popularity waning, Ruger ultimately decided to pull the plug on this once promising handgun. It would be extremely difficult to fault the Smith & Wesson SD9VE even if you tried. It was a great semi-automatic pistol that was loved by many shooters. Its removal from the market was one that left its fans unhappy, although it's not hard to see why it was discontinued. During its time, it did make waves in the firearm industry before being discontinued. Introduced in 2012 as an upgrade to the original SD9, the SD9VE featured a stainless steel slide, improved trigger, and better ergonomics. However, as time passed, the SD9VE found itself struggling to keep up with the competition. The real reason for its discontinuation was the introduction of more advanced striker-fired pistols by competitors like Glock, 6 Sauer, and Springfield Armory. These newer models boasted better performance, higher capacity, and improved features, ultimately overshadowing the SD9VE. Another factor that contributed to its demise was the growing demand for smaller, more concealable handguns for everyday carry. As the firearms market shifted, the SD9VE's full-size design became less appealing to shooters seeking compact options. Despite its shortcomings, the SD9VE had its fans. Many reviewers and shooters had very good things to say about the guns, but were also not too surprised that it was discontinued. The 6 Sauer P227 was once a promising semi-automatic pistol that boasted a double-stacked magazine and a comfortable grip. However, despite its initial praise and recognition for accuracy and reliability, the P227 ultimately faced discontinuation in 2019 after its introduction in 2013, just 6 years apart due to various factors. One of the primary reasons for its discontinuation was low sales and high production costs associated with manufacturing the firearm. Although the P227 had a large capacity and ergonomic design, it failed to meet market demands and compete with other popular options on the market. 6 Sauer's decision to focus on their striker-fired polymer-framed P320 series may have also played a role in the discontinuation of the P227. With the company shifting its attention to more modern and innovative designs, the P227 became less of a priority in their lineup. Despite the disappointment of seeing such a promising pistol meet its end, the firearm market continues to evolve, and companies like 6 Sauer must adapt to the changing landscape to remain competitive. The discontinuation of the P227 serves as a reminder that even well-regarded firearms can fall victim to market pressures and shifting consumer preferences. No, you don't have to panic just yet. The Beretta PX4 Storm isn't discontinued, for now at least, but watch the space as there are already indications that it would soon be off the market. The subcompact model was discontinued in 2023. We've already covered that in our previous video. While not officially discontinued, strong industry whispers and a quiet product page drop suggest it may be gone by early 2026. Grab one if you're a fan of this modular DASA beauty. It might disappear very soon. While some rumors suggest that Beretta has ceased production of certain PX4 Storm models, the company's official website still lists the pistol as available and not labeled as a legacy model like discontinued firearms. It's possible that Beretta may be focusing on newer models that incorporate advanced technologies and features, ensuring they remain competitive in the market. However, it's essential to note that the company has not officially announced the discontinuation of the PX4 Storm as a whole. Before we totally wrap up this video, there's another already popular pistol that's on the hot seat of speculation of being discontinued, and that's the FN57. This semi-automatic pistol has had quite a journey since its inception, facing a mix of praise, criticism, and even speculation about its discontinuation. According to some reports, FN has ceased importing the Gen 2 model of the 57 to the US market, effectively discontinuing the pistol. However, it's worth noting that FN has not officially confirmed this, and some models are still listed on their website. The history of the 57 is a tale of evolution and adaptation. It's undergone several changes since its initial release, including the replacement of the individual officer model with the United States government variant. Despite these updates, some enthusiasts remain skeptical about the future of the 5.7 in the US market. If you're considering adding this unique pistol to your collection, it might be wise to keep an eye on official announcements from a fan. After all, the world of firearms is always changing, and it's essential to stay informed to make the best choices for your shooting needs. As we bid farewell to the Colt Mustang XSP and other guns that we've talked about, it's a reminder that even promising pistols can fall short in an ever-evolving market. But don't worry, there are plenty more fishes in the sea, and we'll be covering some exciting and successful guns in upcoming videos. If you've enjoyed this review of the 5 guns you didn't know were discontinued, make sure you're subscribed and click a thumbnail to dive right into more fascinating firearms content from us. And before we forget, don't forget to share this with a friend or family member. See you in the next video, and bye for now.